NBA episode with the OG crew. We got Dutch, we got Wham, we got Babano, and it's always good to be back here with the fellas. So let's go around real quick. I know we didn't see each other yesterday, but we talked about it a little bit. Dutch, by chance, did you have those Blazers yesterday? And how you feeling today?
Man, the NBA is a hell of a drug. And you're looking at the plugs. Yeah, man. Good to be back with you fellas. And I did have the motherfucking Blazers. Shout out to Billy Bridge. He said, hey, call me crazy, but Blazers money line has some value. And I said, bro, I'm cool with the 10.5. I don't know about the money line, but god damn. I knew them boys would show up. It's a dang party for his ass, but nobody else. Them boys for Rip City were going to come in, bring it. One outright as 10.5 point, 11 point dogs. That's a beautiful thing. But, we got to stand on it, man. We got, we fucked around. Fucking around with you, Skee got me looking at the ugly broads now and shit. And, hey, it was beautiful with the Blazers. But the ugly broad over there in Brooklyn, hey, not so good. She took me, bro. She got me. She robbed me straight up. KD came in there and just smacked them around. So was on the wrong side there. Brooklyn overthought that one. Obviously, Phoenix are just on another level than the Brooklyn Nets. Some fugaziness, though, man. You got to fade the fugaziness in the NBA, and we're going to start off with it with the first game tonight, as we just talked about with Wham Bam. Joker lay scratch after I bet the Nuggets plus 2.5. The Pelicanos, Zion and her, gets late scratch, but they actually handled it. So went 1-1 with the bullshit. Ended up having a 2-2 day. We did cash the Cavaliers live though. Got them plus 105 live, down 6 points in the fourth, or with 6 minutes to go, down by 2 against the Pistons. So that's why you got to tune in to All About the Hoops. These live bets, man, they're a beautiful thing. Our boy Wham Bam has not lost a bet. It's West Coast Wednesday for real when our boy Wham Bam shows up. Good shit with the Anthony Edwards under. It wasn't even. I mean, that shit was just a beautiful thing. Eager to get to you guys, as I just tweeted out. It's round 2 of the day shift. Every time we link up, we got to go to the strip club during the goddamn day, boys. Wait, we'll make some money out of it somewhere. As we like to say, we're going in and we will come out with the motherfucking bag. No matter what the card looks like, we will find a way. We did get paid on Tuesday with a bummy ass card as well. So let's continue it.
We did get paid yesterday. I had those Blazers as well. Catch you slipping says all faves yesterday besides the Blazers. No, because I had those Pistons too now.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm good.
Babano, let me come to you on this one, man. How you feeling today? I feel like you had good bets last time we were on. How's NBA been treating you?
Yeah, the Tuesday when we were on was a profitable day. We had, what do we have that day? We had Indiana Boston went over the total, which was good. Lakers Atlanta best bet went over the total, which was good. Philadelphia let me down though, man. Embiid, and that was the game where he goes down, and unfortunately Golden State ends up getting the win there. Last night kind of up and down. We had the Suns though. We had the Magic, a couple of sides cashed in there. I even had a rare under with that Dallas Minnesota game, which was a really good look there. Yeah, Doc Rivers is really the answer for the Milwaukee Bucks right now. 0-2, including a loss as a double-digit favorite to the lowly Portland Trailblazers last night. Yeah, Doc's going to take you to the promised land. Glenn Rivers is going to take you to the promised land there in Milwaukee. But, yeah, an 0-2 start for them there. And, by the way, just on a side note, unrelated to basketball, I know my old Twitter account at Bobano's been taken over. I know. Someone's hacked into it and taken it over. Don't think I don't see all the fucking Bitcoin spam coming from that account, asshole. Fuck you. Whoever took over that account. Fuck you. And spamming everybody with that Bitcoin shit. Don't think I'm not looking at it. Don't think I'm not watching, asshole.
Nah, I feel you on that though, Babano, for real. That absolutely sucks.
At Bobano Bets, just remember that. That's where we are now. At Bobano Bets.
There you go. And we'll shout that out every time. Wham Bam, how you feeling today? How's NBA been treating you?
Yeah, man, we feeling good, man. The chat going crazy, man. Shout out to the chat, man. I wouldn't be here if we wasn't with the chat, man. Shout out to Teddy B. He says, Wham player tonight, Torian Prince scoring 15 plus points, plus 230. Thank me later. Shout out to you. We definitely will thank you, bro, if you cash that on Tuesday. Rez Mob, shout out to you. Drew Beats, Dan Kelly, Tasha Queen. What's up with you, Queen? Sweaty Butcher, Ness Betts. Y'all already know what the fuck is going on with me, man. I'm trying to win today. Let's get it done, man. Let's get it done.
To have money.
All right, let's get to it. We got 4 games. We could be quick and easy with the Thursday slate. Um, I don't know. Y'all might not like them, but I think there's some money to be made still on this card. So first game up, we'll go 501, 502. Indiana Pacers, New York Knicks. Opened up Knicks -3. They're now 2.5 point favorite. Total opened up 241 down to 236. Injury report, and my bad, let me just hit refresh really quick. For the Pacers, Hallie is probable. Matherin, McConnell, Jalen Smith, all game time decision. For the Knicks, looks like Quentin Grimes is very likely to play. OG is questionable. They'll be without Randall and Mitchell Robinson. So I'll come to you first on this one here, Bobano. This is like we talked about last time, Pacers team who starting to play more unders now. The market is pushing this one down. The Knicks, like we talked about since that trade, I've done nothing but go under, 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 and win games, cover games. Do you think that trend continues? Do the Knicks take advantage of the Pacers, and do we have another under?
I think as far as this game goes, the total is just a very fascinating, handicap here. It really is when you look at this matchup because you look at Pacers versus Knicks, and we have seen 4 straight overs head to head between these two teams, and I mean way over the total, like 232, 267, 276, 266. Like we've had huge totals in terms of number of points in the last 4 head-to-head meetings. But the fact remains, none of those meetings include this Knicks team since the trade and getting OG Anunoby into the fold. Those were all pre-trade with the Raptors and before they sent, of course, Quickly and Barrett the other way. So that 4-0 to the over between the Pacers and the Knicks, you have to take that with a grain of salt. And as we know, the Knicks have been an under machine, 9-1 to the under in their last 10 games. But Indiana just got Tyrese Halliburton back. And sure enough, one of the reasons I love the over against Boston, he was playing. And sure enough, we had an easy one there. 129, 124, flew way over the total of 249. So this is a tricky total. I want to bet Indiana over with Halliburton, and I want to bet the Knicks under right now against anybody, with the way they're going. So it's a really tough total. I think now because, look, this total opened 240. It's down to 236. Actually, it opened 241. I think because of where it is now, you have to take a shot maybe that it goes over the total. I wouldn't be wanting to bet it under now at 236 because you are going to get the Pacers pushing the ball and a heavy over team all season when Tyrese Halliburton's been in the lineup that I'd lean over. As far as the side is concerned, this is one of those games you could really, really cripple yourself by overthinking it. And to me right now, it's Knicks. Especially laying just 2.5 here in this game against Indiana. And look, Indiana's playing some nice basketball. Siakam has certainly helped. They're 3-1 in their last 4 games, including a couple of nice wins there against Philadelphia and Phoenix. But, both of those were at home. Let's not forget that when they've gone on the road, they lost to the Nuggets, the Jazz, the Blazers, the Suns, the Celtics the other night. So it's not like this Pacers team has stepped up and beaten the best teams on the road. They've been able to win a couple of good games against good teams at home. Hasn't been as easy for them to do so on the road. This Knicks team is playing very well. 8-0 straight up, 8-game winning streak, 7-1 ATS their last 8 games. They do play Saturday against the Lakers, who come to Madison Square Garden. Do you want to make a big deal that might be a look-ahead spot? Maybe, but at this number and at this price and with the way this team's going right now, it's the Knicks for me. I'll take them on the money line here at -138.
Yeah, it's very hard to argue against that. Knicks have been balling. Indiana on the front end of a back-to-back. And Hallie should be on a minutes restriction still, I believe. Yeah. So have all that stuff going. Wham Bam, Hallie limited. I know you can't bet his props in this game.
Man,
how are you looking to make money in this one?
That was the only thing I lost last show was Hallie at the hook too, bro. Obviously, if he just plays 1 fucking minute in the fourth quarter, he gets us to 11 assists. So it was annoying as hell seeing that play out like that. But yeah, man, you're going up against the Knicks that's shooting. Well, I mean, that's 20-9 ATS as a favorite. And they're at the house. I think that this is definitely a Knicks spot here, even though I do think Indiana is going to be tough in this game. This is a short number for a reason. high total too, like you said, but I wouldn't want to be on the under on this game either. I do want to see that matchup like Dan Kelly's talking about, Siakam versus Ginobili. OG, those guys are going to be interesting here. That kind of stops me from thinking Devin DiCenzo as well. Devin DiCenzo, Dante White, he's been at 33 points, 28 points last 2 games. A lot of that has correlated with the OG being out, right? So I'm not going to really jump the gun to go there with that. So if I had to do anything in this game, which I probably would just be leaning towards the Knicks here. Maybe just sticking to them on the money line just because I think it's going to be a tight game, but I don't want to push and force it in on this game. So I'm going to stay away from pass, especially because of Tyrese Halliburton fucking burned me last game.
I feel you on that. Gonna pass this one over to Dutch here. I mean, if 1 + 1 = 2, Knicks should win this game pretty easily. Do you see it that way, Dutch?
Yeah, man. Shout out to Eric Catherine with the kind words. Appreciate you, my dude. Real deal prime. New father, baby girl. Congratulations again, my guy. The grinder. Got the grinder junior out there. Hopefully everything's going smooth. Be sure to run up them likes. We appreciate y'all. A lot of smokers in the chat too. I'm digging it. I love to see the strange. Got the WAP, that wet ass pussy in the plane. It's a beautiful thing. Believe it. This game. Yeah, man. It's almost like, what are we overthinking? I want to talk this one out because I'm like, how's this line dropping? It's almost, it's just weird to me. It's like the Kings yesterday. It was like, man, you can't really bet the Kings. The books are telling you Miami. Now I feel like it should be the Knicks, but I don't understand why the money's coming in on Indiana here a little bit. But they did beat them December 30th or late December. Indiana beat them in Indiana by 14. Not many teams have beat the Knicks since then, to be quite honest with you. I like to see OG out there. Is he playing or is he out?
Yeah, he's questionable.
I think he's playing, quite honestly, but he's questionable. Yeah, Randall's out.
I obviously know Randall. I think honestly, this team is playing pretty good. It's pretty smooth without Randall. I mean, Randall's nice. Don't get me wrong.
Matherin and Hallie are questionable for the Pacers. Yep.
Yeah, and Hallie, he's going to Sacramento tomorrow. I mean, he's going to play due to some 65 game thing, right? He's trying to get extra 30 milli, I believe. So he's going to play, but you think would he look? It's kind of like, figure it out. Does he care more about playing in Madison Square Garden, or does he care more about going back and putting it on Sacramento, who said you weren't good enough? He had 23 motherfucking assists. 23 motherfucking assists against the Knickerbockers last time. 22 and 23 this motherfucker had. And you know who else had a game? It's not, I'll take Bobano's line. It's not delivery. It's DiVincenzo. This motherfucker, 38 motherfucking points in Indiana. 38 in Indiana. And Wham Bam just touched on it. He's been stroking it the last couple nights. So, last couple games. So, he's getting a lot more shots wide open in that corner over there, So, I believe it's like 18. I'm not mad at it. I mean, goddamn. I'm not really mad at it. But you know what it is. It's Jalen Buckets, man. Mr. Brunson. He's the man. I don't believe they'll have anything for him. I believe they'll find a way. I kind of wanted to see where you guys were at on this because this game's kind of confusing to me. I want OG out there. Indiana's a team that I haven't had the best read on. I'll be quite honest with you. When I look to fade them, they seem to show up. Miles Turner's knocking down threes. These motherfuckers got players all over the fucking floor that can just put the ball in the bucket, but they can't stop nobody. So a lot of, after listening to you guys, I would think maybe New York, if not New York team total over is where I'm looking, So I'll look into a little bit more. I want OG out there because I do believe they're a little light already on that bench. They count an awful lot on Josh Hart. Now they're bringing him into the starting lineup. They don't have a point guard off the bench. We talked about it. So I need OG out there for me to place my bet. But I kind of feel like this is the Utah game all over again. Their money started coming in on Utah. The line dropped. And look what New York did. New York's just a good-ass basketball team right now. So maybe we shouldn't overthink it. And it's definitely a low number.
It's absolutely a low number.
It is.
And all pretty much in agreement on this game. So one-way ticket. And we'll keep it moving on that note. 503-504. That's the Lakers and Boston. Opened up Celtics minus 10.5 all the way up to minus 15. Total open 240, and that is down as low as 238. Injury report: AD, LeBron, Cam Reddish, Vincent, all out for this Lakers team. For the Celtics, looks like Cornet is game time decision, but everyone else should be available. So I want to come to Wham Bam first on this one. I mean, I feel like something's going down very shortly. Like either somebody's getting fired or somebody's getting traded because why are AD and LeBron out for this game? That's just what I'm thinking. But yeah, I saw you point to the sky. They've gone over 7 straight. That's how you see in this game.
7 straight overs, man. No AD, no defense, no worries about that. And Razor coming in with the gambler's first glance Pacers +3. Ooh, shit.
Yeah, I seen that.
It looked like one of them games with the line.
Golly, shout out to my dog right there.
He was on Utah too, so he's probably gonna get right tonight. You know, I don't see him taking two smacks across the back to back. Shout out to our boy.
And next best is with me, man. Early bird gets the worm. I'm right there with you, bro. I got the 10.5. Actually, I got the 11.5 with the Celtics. Lakers did get it done on Christmas, and it's a different situation here. We don't want this motherfucker here no more. I told y'all last time we was on the show. I said, man, listen, bro. I don't know about the Lakers, bro. They might really like trying to get rid of ham right now. They trying to get rid of the pork on their fork, bro. They're trying to get rid of the pork on their fork. Get rid of ham.
Pretty good.
I like that one, man.
I think that's over with, bro. I think it's over with for my boy. I think it's over with for him, man. They putting him out there. He ain't really making no adjustments. You seeing Udoka making all the adjustments. He looking stupid as fuck. Like, golly, like it's over for bro. And you seen LeBron do the little side eye. He sent the hourglass tweet. Time is ticking. That ain't father time, y'all. That ain't father time. I'm telling you. And then AD is out too after he already was out. Oh man, come on, bro. Man, this shit is nasty. And I honestly don't really know where to go. Yeah, shout out to Nucky. That's exactly what he tweeted out. He only sent one though, bro. He only sent one, so this shit ain't even got that much time. He ain't helping you with none of these other ones. So, hey man, I think the LeBron definitely is. They pressing buttons. I think the Lakers are going to give up the defense here. I'm kind of mad, though, because it's obviously the line moved. I was expecting them to play. I was expecting them to play and show less of an effort, but I think it's more so about pride. Why would we go out there and show any type of effort at all? Because we want your bitch ass out of here. No reason to fuck up our legacy. You got to go. Matter of fact, y'all still might be traded. So D-Lo, go out there and do what you got to do. Austin Reeves, you need to get your points, and everybody else need to go figure this shit out. So I think that's probably what it needs to be. Like, I think it's figure out with those guys with the props. I think it's interesting that as soon as AD is out, we said D-Lo went from 18.5 when we cashed, went from 23.5, and now both of them are out. It's at 21.5 for D-Lo. I don't know, man. This D-Lo shit is tricky to me now. I think it's probably stick to the boy Austin Reeves, AR-15, bring the guns out. And that's probably the safest bet. I know Dutch don't want to hear it, but that might be the safest bet. That might be the safest bet with the props on Lakers. But you know where I'm going to go with the Celtics, man. I took the Celtics 11.5, so I'm sorry you can't get that. But you can still get my boy Caillou. It's just scary because I think it's going to be a blowout. But 15.5 is still good money. We got to go with the ball head guru here, man. Caillou, get it done for us. Over 15.5 points. That's my official play that you can get action on with right now. Shout out to y'all.
Wham Bam going with his usual suspect over there in Boston. So good stuff there. Coming to you here, Dutch. You know, I don't know. You like to you don't love the Lakers. You like to find spots to fade the Lakers, but 15 points, Dutch? Come on, I know you're not laying 15.
Nah, man, absolutely motherfucking nah. Shout out to Teddy B in the building. Shout out to our guy, Nucky Green, and catch you slipping, man. God damn it, always on the flower chip, man. Get the right flower and you don't get anxiety, man. That's we'll talk another time, my friend. This game, yeah, I don't get in front of Boston. I don't get in front of Boston, bro. They really that good. If they actually bought in on a defensive end, and sometimes they do. Because, Jaylen Brown can play some defense himself, and obviously you got one of the more elite perimeter defenders in Drew Holiday. But I can't lay the 15, man. This is a sad story, man. This is what I'm talking about, man. We can't just see a classic Laker Celtic game. We can't see LBJ. We can't see AD out there. We got to see this bummy ass shit, man. But shout out to your boy Caillou, though, man. Derek White is nice, man. I'm watching this motherfucker, and I'm like, how he better than Drew Holiday? You know, how he more consistent and more fluid than Jaylen Brown? I mean, the only motherfucker he ain't better than on that team right now is Jason Tatum. And he might be, he's just as consistent as Jason Tatum. So I understand why my boy going back to the window with this motherfucker, because he's nice, man. He play hard and he makes all the right plays, really, man. I'm like, God damn, this motherfucker. He nice though. So I mean, I don't know, man. To me, at the end of the day, it's Boston early, probably. You know, I wanted to go first half of Boston when this line was 11.5. I kind of pumped the brakes a little bit because I didn't think AD and LeBron both would sit. They both said so. Like, now it's carried away. Now I just got to throw my hands up and wish luck for everyone who's on the motherfucking bleed green. But yeah, I think the Lakers, with their hands in the pockets, man. Hands in the pockets, just standing there, Darvin Ham. That's the one I seen, just looking lost with his hands in his pockets, like what to do. Hey man, at least your ass is gonna continue to get paid though. You know, these coaches got it pretty damn good. You know, they get fired and still get paid, man. So I don't know what's gonna happen with the Lakers, but I do know it's not a good sign when LBJ and AD both on the pitch. So to me, it's Boston or nothing. But yeah, this game has lost its value, and there ain't no way I would try to look at the Lakers now. I mean, come the fuck on, find a prop. Find a prop. And speaking of props, DK in the chat made a good point. He said maybe just take all the Celtics player props under because they'll be sitting by halftime. You know, and honestly, I could see that. I could really see that.
Hey, that sounds good to me because I might need a little bit of help with my Lakers ticket in my pocket.
You bet the Lakers?
I bet the Lakers and I bet the over. And both numbers have moved against me.
I know Bobano's talking to over for sure.
Yeah, I'm coming to you here, Bobano. I think, you know, I'm with what WAM said. No AD, no defense. LeBron, I mean, I still think less LeBron means they'll just play a little bit faster, I think, in my mind. So, and they've already been playing fast. So I think we'll still be all right. The defense sucks for LA right now. It's going to be even worse tonight. Can you still get there with the over? And are you willing to lay 15, or do you think the Lakers are the right side?
Yeah, I'm staying far off the side. Nothing to do with that. Lakers are just if this isn't a campaign to get your coach fired, I don't know what is. With what I'm seeing right now from the LA Lakers. Like, I actually am shocked they even cared about the Golden State game that much to dig in and find a way to win in double overtime that night, maybe because it was on ABC national TV, because there's been zero effort from this team the last two games after that. I mean, these losses to Atlanta and Houston are hideous. 138 allowed to the Hawks, 135 to Houston, double-digit losses. Hawks shoot 52% from the field, 42% from three. Houston shoots 53% from the field against them. You can talk about zero defense. It's exactly what we're seeing right now from the LA Lakers. I'm going to keep riding it. This Laker over train has gotten it done for me night after night, game after game recently. Are there concerns the Lakers can score enough without LeBron and AD? Maybe a little bit. But, you know, I think this is also an opportunity for, you know, Austin Reeves, D'Angelo Russell, Rui, you know, guys like that to step up offensively. In fact, from a prop standpoint, without LeBron and AD, it's probably a good night to bet at over points on Austin Reeves, who's been scoring more lately as it is. Now we'll have to do even more with both LeBron and AD out, or an over D'Angelo Russell, who's had multiple 20-plus point games the last 7 or 8. Those two in particular make sense to me. Maybe looking at their over points props. You know, and Boston, now with LeBron and AD out, you know, are they going to have that defensive intensity that you need, you know, in a game like this? You know, now that they know, hey, we're not going to see LeBron on the other side. We're not going to see Anthony Davis on the other side. Keep in mind, Indiana shot 46% against these guys the other night. So it's not like the Celtics defense was anything to write home about a couple nights ago against the Indiana Pacers. So Boston can put up a crooked number here, no question. There'd be no surprise to me that Boston gets to the 130s. If 140 is probably within the realm of possibility here for the Boston Celtics tonight. If you can just get 100 out of the Lakers, or certainly if they get to 110, you're going to go over the total in this game for sure with where this number is right now. And it's actually gone down because first thing people think of when they think no LeBron and no AD is where's the offense for the Lakers. But what they don't take into consideration is the defense is even worse and the pace is even faster for this LA team without those two guys. So they're betting it under because, they just think points with LeBron and AD. They forget about all the other factors. That's where we'll swoop in and take advantage because I think 238.5, it's a plateau that can still get up and over that number. So we're back to the well. Another Lakers over. Lakers Celtics over 238.5.
I like it. Nesbet said, I like this comment.
Oh shit! Yeah, I better. Yeah, do that. I haven't followed your new account there. There we go. That's better.
He said he'll get your new account hacked.
There we go.
Oh, golly.
Damn, Nesbets. But I think there's still a hell of a lot of I feel like it's getting disrespectful to the Lakers now, kind of like.
That's is one of our favorites.
Yep. Do the Celtics really care to go out there and play this team when they don't see Anthony Davis and LeBron?
Like, this is supposed to be TNT, and they're supposed to see this Laker team at full strength. That's what we were expecting. Now there's no LeBron and there's no AD. Is there going to be intensity from the Celtics, especially on defense now? That's something you got to worry about, I think.
And then on the Lakers side, I mean, They are below 500. They do have some guys who have, they still got stuff to play for, I feel like, on the other side. That's what I'm trying to say. So I think my ticket might still be all right at the end of the night. We'll see. We'll see.
I got a question. I got a question for y'all, and I posted a question in the chat. So seems like it might be audition night for the Lakers, though. Whoever may be on the board to get traded, maybe they pull LeBron and them guys are like, hey man, look, these guys can run the NBA team. They could play against the Celtics. If that's the case, what Skee is saying, who is on this Laker team is going to get traded, bro? Who you think is out of here? I'll start with you, Skee, since you're so optimistic about the Lakers, because I think they're getting smoked tonight. But since you're optimistic, bro, who you think is going to come out and get themselves a spotlight to get their first first plane out of here?
Man, you know who been balling? You know who's a trade deadline legend? Come on. D-Lo.
D-Lo.
Yep.
Little lefty.
Send them on the first thing smoking.
Yep. Nick Young's best friend,
Say no more. Say no more. Say no more. Say no more.
Honestly, I'll be real though. I mean, I think he's not that bad of a fit for LeBron. I think you could get you, and if he's okay with coming off the bench, that's real nice, But it depends who you get. But who has a higher value right now than after getting 28, Austin Reeves? Get that motherfucker out of here, man. You guys want, you know what I mean? What the fuck? Hey, if you can get Trae Young right now, the third piece, to see that motherfucker go, come on, man. And, I mean,
Stephen Williams,
anyone of that caliber, I'll give you two of them motherfuckers.
Only thing going for bro is that he look like Casanat. That's the only thing Torian Prince got going for him. Yeah.
Just don't shoot the ball. Torian Prince and Vanderbilt just don't need to shoot. They got roles to play.
Now we need to keep Vando. Keep Vando, man. We get rid of Vando.
I mean, yeah, you really need one of those two. I guess you don't need both of them.
Vando. I don't want to know.
Man, I want to play general manager and shit, man.
All right, go ahead, bro. Go ahead. I'll just ask. We got time. It's only couple.
Yeah, I like playing it though, Wam. I like the game, bro. Yeah, I like that too.
I just like trying to get to the window, man.
Hey, with the D-Lo part tonight. Y'all, everybody said D-Lo except for me, so that
yeah, showcase game. Yeah,
maybe the D-Lo is the guy tonight.
Could be.
Austin Reed gonna get his tonight. Believe that.
We're gonna move over to 505, 506 Cavaliers and Grizzlies. Opened up Cavs -5. Looks like -7.5 or -8. Total open 219 and it's down to 215. Injury report. You do have Evan Mobley out, Tristan Thompson out, Ty Jerome out for the Grizzlies. All these guys,
whole team out.
Why do I have to keep naming these guys? Yeah, I don't even feel like I need to name them. Dutch, yeah, the Cavs on the back-to-back. They have been playing well. They didn't cover last night. Took Donovan Mitchell 45 points to get that one done. Do you think they can come get the job done versus Memphis tonight?
I mean, this is one of those. This is where I need to Well, I really want to hear you. Tell me what you think, Skee, because
All right, well, here I'll go first then. How about this?
It's a bum fight for me. Go ahead,
this is a grimy ass team, bro.
It's a
Go ahead.
nasty.
Let's talk about the ugly
I've never
one.
seen a team fucking play as hard in the NBA in
Right.
5 years as the Memphis Grizzlies have with this depleted lineup the last
Right.
like 2 weeks.
So tell me
It's
this.
like the one
Do
that's
you
on
think
the,
it's not-
she's like on the stage doing all the cool tricks, but Bummy don't look good at all. She's so ugly, but she does the best shit on the pole. Talk about it, Skee.
In the regular
Like,
season.
all that energy, all this, how the Grizzlies been playing on defense? Do you think all that's going to stop tonight? They've covered 5 in a row. They're a top 5 defensive rated team. They got 2 days rest compared to a Cavs team on a back-to-back. Cavs playing an out-of-conference game. Cavs are 2-4, I think, against the spread without rest so far this
Golden
season.
State tomorrow night. Cleveland.
Who? Oh yeah, Memphis
no,
does.
it's not Memphis.
Yeah.
Memphis does.
Memphis
Okay, my
does.
bad. Yeah, Memphis
Yeah.
does. Yeah.
And Memphis plays
Oh,
tomorrow.
Okay.
But the 2 times, I feel like Cleveland is satisfied after winning that game yesterday. Like,
yeah.
they're more than happy just coming in here and if they can get away with the win. And another thing I don't like for this Cavaliers team, they just got Garland back. He's probably going to be on a minutes limit. And even, for whenever he's out there, I just don't like betting on the teams when they get their star player, the high usage player, back into the lineup. It's another part of the reason why I was on the Pistons last night. So I think the Grizzlies keep the good defense going. They're at the house. I think they'll care more about this game. They'll be the team with the energy and effort. The Cavaliers will show none. After out of the 6 games without rest, they won 2. Like, they played 2 of those after a win. The following game, they lost by 19. They lost by 33. Like, I don't think Cleveland is showing up for this game at all tonight. I like the Grizzlies.
Yeah, man. I dig that. I dig that. You took everything I was gonna say, so I don't know if I should let you go first, because now I ain't got shit else to say. But nah, for real though. And the chat digs it too. Justin, our guy, liking Grizzlies first half full game. Catch you slipping actually finally said something smart, and he says Grizzlies are live tonight. I like that, man. I watched this team play. First of all, I watched the game last night. And as I mentioned, as I already touched on it, I got on the Cavs live with 6 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. So I watched that. That was literally all I paid attention to for the last 6 minutes of that game. And they couldn't stop Detroit for nothing, nada. I mean, as you said, Donovan Mitchell took 45 out of them. And and you touched on it too, with Garland coming back, it was Mobley's only 2nd game. I wouldn't be surprised if somebody gets scratched here and doesn't play. I don't think Garland really should be out there. It was only his jaw, though, so let's keep in mind, that's not that big. He probably will play. But probably still be on light minutes. But I don't know why they would run Mobley. I mean, I just see it's a B squad for Memphis. But at the same time, what you get out of Memphis is 48 minutes of competitive basketball. I mean, you touched on it. They try. This is the try-hard team of the NBA right now. Why? Because almost every single motherfucker, not on that roster, but in the starting lineup, outside of Triple J and maybe someone, isn't even probably going to be in the league next fucking year, let alone on the bench. I mean, they're going to get their stripes here. Some people are competing, so obviously they'll find some roster spots here and there. But I mean, this is literally a G League team out here against a tired basketball team who played a full 48 minutes last night in a competitive game and almost got beat by Detroit. Yeah, man, it's hard to bet the Grizzlies here, but I definitely see extreme value. As you touched on, 5 straight, man. They play for 48 minutes, and fortunately, most NBA teams don't do that.
Very, very true. Babano, how you feeling about this? When you agree, you think that the Grizzlies are a live dog?
Yeah, I agree. I think they are. It's just I don't know if I can trust Cleveland to have the focus needed against a Memphis team that's depleted, but not playing like a depleted team, not playing like a broken team. They got a bunch of junkyard dogs every night when they take the court, Memphis. And you say what you will about how this is not supposed to happen, that they're competitive night in and night out and on this kind of a 5-0 ATS run, considering everybody that they're missing. Bain and Clark and Marcus Smart and Zaire Williams and John Moran above all else. When you're missing all of that, you're not supposed to be doing this. But what they've got is they're hustling. They're hustling for loose balls. I'm seeing them battle on the court for a loose ball and possession. I'm seeing them contest shots, play very, very intense physical defense. I'm seeing them fly into the glass to the offensive and defensive boards. They're just doing all the little things and playing at such an extreme level of effort with the little things that it's overcoming the loss of talent. That's what we've seen essentially from the Grizzlies the last few games. And Taylor Jenkins does deserve a lot of credit, from a coaching standpoint. This is not supposed to happen. When you've got these guys out, and they've had this amount of injuries now, especially Bain, Clark, Smart, Jaw, for weeks now. You're not supposed to be able to beat Golden State outright as a dog. You're not supposed to beat Orlando, Miami. Some of these wins are very impressive. Taking Indiana down to the wire on the road this past weekend. And I was on Memphis. I've been on Memphis in a couple of these spots. It was after the Miami game when they beat the Heat. I started to take notice, and I'm like, I got to start betting this team. And I like Orlando. Well, I took a shot with Memphis even against Orlando there. I mean, it was just insane, that the numbers they've been getting. I was on them against Indy. I stayed off it with Sacramento, and even then I regret it because it was a wire-to-wire point spread cover for Sacramento there. So given the fact that they've been obviously covering these numbers, the effort's been off the charts, and I just think they're going to beat Cleveland from an effort standpoint tonight. I got that feeling, after beating Detroit last night, and they had 3 huge games prior to that Pistons win, the Cavs. They played the Clippers and back-to-back with the Bucks. Okay, so this definitely feels like a exhale spot and an opportunity for a very energized, albeit very, very thin roster that Memphis has. They've overcome it with effort. They've overcome it with defense. And that's exactly what they've been doing in this last 5 games where they've covered the number, including, like I said, Miami, Golden State. They've had a couple of really impressive wins during this run too. So I know why they're betting Cleveland, because they look at that injury report and say, how is Memphis doing this? No, they can't keep doing this. I think I disagree with that a little bit, at least for tonight. So I'm on Memphis as well here, plus the 8 against Cleveland in this game. Is there a part of me that's just can't believe I'm actually taking against this great Cleveland team, this Memphis side that's going to have fucking Scottie Pippen Jr. as their starting point guard? I am really doing that here tonight. But he did play well. He did play, had a couple turnovers, but he had 5 assists. He had double-digit points against Sacramento in that first game he started. So hopefully son of Scotty can get it done again here tonight for Memphis. I'm on the Grizz as well, plus the number. And don't look now for all the bad straight up in ATS numbers they've had at home all season long. Don't look now, but they enter this game with, I believe, 3 in a row that they've covered at home, including 2 outright wins as dogs against Golden State and Orlando. So suddenly at the Grindhouse, things are turning. It took fucking 3/4 of the roster to be out. But finally, Memphis is starting to cover numbers at home.
Crazy.
And I've been on them a couple times, so I'm gonna keep it going here today. Wham Bam, can you get involved in this Cavs Grizzlies game?
Nah, man. I think I just waiting on you guys to kind of give me the that I'm on thinking the right thing here, because I'm thinking that the Cavs, like you said, they may be a little fat and happy. Obviously, they may want to get Garland more involved here, try to get him involved rather than just try to fill it all the way up like they have been. Donovan Mitchell should be announced. I think he should be announced in as a reserve, or if he's not already announced in. So he should be good in for the All-Star today. So that may have a little help, saying motivation behind his scoring or some shit like that, I would guess. But I don't think there's no one else that I would want to look in and key in on this other than Scottie Pippen Jr. though, bro. Watching them play, because I'm like watching, like, damn, Scottie Pippen, he really getting his NBA chance, and he's looking like he's like confident. He's not taking a lot of shots. He's mostly trying to like be a distributor, trying to just play his role. He's not trying to do too much. I think he learned a little bit from the Lakers, not try to do too much here. So he is playing his role here, but I'm not gonna lie. If they give us some favorable assist props with Scotty, maybe points and assist props, I might look to take a Scottie Pippen Jr. I said Scotty Barnes probably. Scottie Pippen Jr., man. I'm looking to look at it. So Ian, you kind of like threw me off right there. But I like the Grizzlies here with you guys. I don't think there's nothing else I should be adding there to that other than they may be just sneaky off the board there. You don't necessarily can name any of these guys that's going to be contributing here. But I expect them to play up for this game, and Grind City, bro. It's always like that when they play at home.
All right, let's move over to the last game on the slate. Last game on the slate is 507, 508. Philly, Utah. Opened up Utah -4. See them now 4.5-point favorites. Total opened up 233.5, all the way up to 239. Nobody on the injury report for Utah. Sixers will be without Embiid, Lofton, Melton, Covington, Maxey, Batum, and Morris are still game time decision. So I want to come back to you here, Babano, on this one. And I'm kind of conflicted. It's the last of a 5-game road trip for this Philly team. And at first I was trying to run to the window with the Jazz because they've been so good at home all year. But I just can't lay any points with the Jazz, or it's hard for me to lay points with the Jazz when they're not playing defense. So help me out here, Bobano. Which way are you looking?
I would still only take Utah. I might even sprinkle on Utah, but what I really like is the over here in this game. I think the odds maker or the betting markets are onto this big time here. This number's gone up quite a bit. You could argue 239. Maybe it's gone up too much. I'm not so sure it's gone up enough. You know, when you look at this Philadelphia team and you look at the way that defense crumbled against Golden State, that's not something you want to see. You look at the way they played, obviously, against the Portland Trail Blazers as well the night before that. And keep in mind, that was a game that night with no Embiid. Portland shoots 55% from the field, 43% from three-point range from the perimeter. I mean, that's just not any sort of good defense whatsoever. So how is that defense going to be any better tonight without Embiid? Plus, you factor in the fatigue spot that this is for the 76ers. It's going to be the 5th and final game of this road trip before they head back home to face Brooklyn on Saturday. You know, it just feels like one of those spots where I don't trust the Sixers to show up, and especially at the defensive end of the basketball court tonight in this game. And factor in that it's not just Joel Embiid that's out, it's Melton. We don't know if Maxey's going to play. He missed the last game. That's huge if he's missing as well. Batum, Morris, you know, there's going to be a lot on the plate of Harris and Kelly Oubre, you know, to carry the load offensively. But the good news is for Philly, even if Maxey doesn't play, you are going against a Utah team that has been kind of reverting back to their old ways. You know, during their win streak, they were showing some better signs at the defensive end of the court, but it wasn't anything long-term because they've kind of reverted back. This road trip, they've had some just dreadful performances defensively. And it really started the last game of that homestand, you know, against Oklahoma City, my team, the Thunder, where they lost 134-129. But I got out of that game with a win there with Oklahoma City, so I was happy. Houston, they went on that road trip. They covered, but they gave up 127, 153 to New Orleans. Some better defensive efforts against Charlotte and Washington, but they're Charlotte and Washington, right? You can't make too much of a big deal of it. Brooklyn, they get absolutely ripped on the defensive end of the court against Brooklyn earlier this week. And then, of course, 118-103 loss to the New York Knicks. They gave up 118 to a Knicks team that plays slow, you know, and still the Knicks were able to just shred that team, shoot 47% from the field. So this has been a horrendous Jazz team at the defensive end. So I think that's probably going to be enough for Philly to be able to do some things offensively, but at the same time, no Embiid and the defense suffers, and we saw that against Portland earlier this week. It's a combination for me. I lean Jazz. Team total with the Jazz might be a safer bet just because you're not sure what defense is going to show up for them. I don't think it's going to show up, especially off a long road trip. I could see that defense not playing well first game home. So the team total for the Jazz is a good option, as Ray says, over 121.5. I certainly lean to laying the points. I don't want Philly in this spot, not at all. So it'd be Jazz or nothing, but the team total might be the best way to go about it. But more than anything, I like this full game over. Again, I got a better number than what's out there now, but I think it's still playable at 239, the current number. I think when I bet it, it was 237.5. So it's about a 1.5, 2-point move. I think you can still play over and get this thing into the 240s.
I agree. I think that's the right way to play this one. Dutch, you've been rolling with the Jazz lately. Would you roll with them again in this game?
Yeah, man. Take note, motherfuckers. Take note, goddammit. It's Utah. They're back at home off of a unfortunate trip to the East Coast, goddammit, because the Brooklyn Nets put it on them, smacked them around a little bit, and then they went to Madison Square Garden and got smacked the fuck around by, no Randall, no OG New York Knickerbockers team, and it really wasn't close, especially in in that second half. So I would expect Utah back at home where they've been pretty damn good. 16-5 against the number at the house this year. and 16-4 over last 20 against the number. So they've been pretty good overall against the number of late. Have came back to reality a little bit, as our boy Bobano touched on. Now this team did play January 6th in Philly. No Embiid. They beat him as a dog, 11 points, 120-109. Utah did shoot 57% from the field in that game, but only 26% from the perimeter. Was plus 14 in the rebound, so I would look for that to continue without Embiid out there. And then obviously on the road, they had 23 fucking turnovers, Utah did, and still won that game by 11. So you'd expect back at the crib for them to maybe take care of the ball a little bit better and shoot. They shot 26% from the three-point line. I would expect that to come be a little bit better at the crib as well. I like Markin in this game. He had 13 rebounds, so over 8.5 probably is a solid look on the rebound, trying to tread lightly on the props. But he's went over that number 3 the last 4, and as I mentioned, he had 13 in this game, a couple weeks ago. But yeah, man, Philly's been suspect as fuck on the road. Our boy Nets Bets, Mr. Later Woods, gave you the stats recently on the road. This has been a really, really bad road trip for Philly. They want to get the fuck back home. They need to get right. They need to get healthy. Now there's now Maxi's, been kind of banged up of late. Tobias has been in and out of the lineup as well. I think it's a get right spot for Utah, man. They've been bet on at home. Why overthink it? The young bull Colin Sexton's been playing real nice as well. But I think Markin has a big game, points and rebounds, and I think the role players do a little bit better at the crib. They take care of the ball a little bit more and knock down the perimeter shot a little bit more consistently. And I like them a lot here, actually. I think Utah runs away with this tonight.
All right, Dutch, feeling those Utah Jazz. Wham bam. How you feeling about the last game for Thursday?
Yeah, man. The Jazz, bro. I can understand that. They playing pretty high in pace over the last few games. Sixers, without Embiid, we should expect them to have some type of some type of pace here. I'm looking at props only in this game though. So as far as the side, I'm gonna just let y'all have the side there. I'm not trying to overthink it or think it too hard about it. I'm going to go Kelly Oubre, though, man. I think Kelly Oubre is the best, a better prop here in this game. Last 3 games, he's been over this 18.5 points, got to a dub piece, Skee, and he had this opportunity without Embiid against this Utah Jazz team. That was back on January 6th, where the Jazz beat these guys 120-109. Paul Reed, in that game, he had 16 points. I think Paul Reed has been cooking lately, bro, without Embiid. That's a guy I want to keep a lookout on. Patrick Beverly as well. His assist has been pretty interesting, even with Tyrese Maxey in the fold there. So I think Tyrese Maxey probably is going to be playing today because, like we were saying, that the reserves are going to get announced today. I expect him to be one of those reserves, bro. So he probably going to have some type of motivation to go out there and play, a push through, I would say, just because of that type shit. But I'm going to go Kelly Oubre. I think he get a dub today, and he gets over to 18.5 points. Again, he hit it 2 out of the last 3 games, and he hasn't had a 3. Only had 1 3 out of the last 3 games. 1 out of 12 in the last 3. So I think he could get a chance to, get some good looks today. Some of those corner spots there. So I like Kelly Oubre today, over 18.5 points.
All right, Oubre for Wham Bam, and that's the Thursday NBA slate. So good stuff on that. We'll move over and do a quick look ahead for the Friday slate, and we'll have Babano start that off per usual. We don't have lines for every game, so it's all right if we don't like every single game or want to talk about it. Babano, how you feeling about Friday?
Yeah, Miami, Washington. Miami finally snapped the losing streak. Does that mean I'm ready to lay 8 on the road with them? No. But do I want to back Washington? I don't know. No. So that probably is one I stay off. We'll see. Clippers, Detroit. Tell you what, Detroit did cover against the Cavaliers last night. Clippers, we'll see how they fare. They're at the tail end of this road trip that's been quite a long one now for them. It's reaching its conclusion very soon. If I look at the schedule, the Clippers, they do have a couple more on the road after that at Miami and at Atlanta. Now, they did blow out Washington. It was a good situation with them coming off the loss at Cleveland. the night before. Do they have the focus though to beat up Detroit? Detroit's covering. Detroit's 8-1 their last 9 ATS. So be careful there a little bit with the way the Pistons are being competitive lately. I'd lean over too. Detroit is still struggling defensively. Clippers, I think, can score on them, and I don't know if you'll get Clippers at their best defensively. So over maybe in that game too. Phoenix, Atlanta. Sign me up with Phoenix. I mean, Phoenix to me is, I think they're just better than Atlanta, flat out. Price is cheap enough. A little concerned. Kevin had his big game back in Brooklyn. Maybe there's a little bit of a flat spot here. I don't know about that. And even if it is, I don't know if Atlanta's good enough to do anything about it right now. So I'd look at Phoenix. I'd look at over as well in that one. Sacramento, Indiana. Indiana on the back-to-back. Sacramento kind of let me down last night, so I'm not rushing to back them again. Golden State, Memphis. I'm not betting against Memphis right now, but again, they play tonight. So will I be on them tomorrow night? I certainly won't be laying 5 on the road with Golden State. I know that. Toronto and Houston. Raptors, of course, they've had their issues lately, no doubt, but they did beat Chicago a couple nights ago. Nice win for them. But Rockets off a bad performance last night against New Orleans at home. They've still been pretty good. I'd lean Rockets there. New Orleans, San Antonio, no line. But I think in that game, looking at it, I'd probably lean New Orleans if the number's good enough, and as long as they're not resting anybody. Charlotte, Oklahoma City. Maybe just take Charlotte out of the equation and bet Oklahoma City team total over. Something like that. They could probably put a big number on Charlotte. And as we saw, the Hornets without LaMelo and Hayward, and they just had so many injuries last night. I actually laid the 5 with Chicago at Charlotte last night, and I'm not a big Bulls fan, but that's how bad Charlotte is right now and how depleted they are. So want no part of them right now, the Hornets. Orlando, Minnesota. I like this Magic team. Whenever Orlando's catching 7, I don't want to go against them when they're getting that number of points. But Minnesota is very good at home. I get it. I don't know. Orlando's been very good stepping up as an underdog on the road against better competition. They've done it pretty consistently all year. So I might lean Magic there. Portland, Denver, probably a pass for me in that one. Portland continues to cover. But, man, those guys wanted to beat Dame Lillard. Those guys wanted to beat Milwaukee last night. It was like a Super Bowl or an NBA championship or an NBA finals for them, whatever you want to call it. That's what it seemed like that game was for Portland. I don't know if I'd want to back Portland off a win like that against the champs. There you go.
All right, good stuff from Babano. I'll go real quick next. And all these games don't look appealing, but yes, I've backed Detroit a couple of times on the streak. They've been playing good basketball. I would consider them, but the Clippers have been very good themselves. Let's see here. Sac, Indiana. We don't have any line. I'm unsure how to play that one. I will go with Charlotte and Oklahoma City. That's a big number. I think I will lay. I don't think Charlotte really cares about any game right now too much. So Oklahoma City, any kind of way, I think I would look towards them. Minnesota and Orlando. Minnesota has been playing really good defense ever since that Hornets game. I would expect that to continue tomorrow. I would bet the under or team total under for Orlando, something like that. And Blazers, Denver. Blazers have been playing. I agree with what Babano said. I hear where he's coming from, but they've been playing good basketball since they've gotten healthy. And depending if you get a big number, I might look towards their direction again tomorrow. So that's how I feel about it. I'll go to you next here, Wham Bam. How you feel about the Friday slate?
First thing that sticks out to me is that the Heat, man, they continue to just be they figured it out last game though, you know what I mean? So we ain't gonna go too hard on them, but I think that that's still out, the jury's still out there. So we gotta see what's going on with that game with the Wizards. Pistons, I'm not gonna go against the Pistons or the Clippers. I'm gonna stay away from that game. Super Bowl maybe for Domantas Sabonis too, man, going up against his old team in Indiana. That's an interesting game right there. Maybe he puts up big numbers. Highly, I know that Dan said that's going to be their 6th game in 9 nights or some shit like that. That's going to be interesting to see with the Pacers, the Suns in Atlanta. Maybe they at the strip club, so they could be on some bullshit. I don't know. I'll stay away from that one. I do like the Magic too, though, Babano. I just think that's something is telling me that maybe this damn Anthony Edwards shit maybe a little bit, maybe those unders might be a little bit play here. So I got to see what his number look like. If it's like, 28 or something, 27.5, something like that, maybe I am going to look to it under here because I think this is a low total for a reason. And I think this is going to be a defensive type game with the Magic there. And I like that Wendell Carter Jr. is back in the fold there as well. So he may be looking towards getting more double-doubles in the future. Shout out to Paulo. Paulo's always a good bet. And yeah, that's enough for that game. Yeah, you're right, bro. Thunder, even though it's a big number, I think that's a Dubsky right there. They looking to lay. The Hornets is too happy on the bench to lose by that many points. Those optics don't look too good there. Wemby is starting to cook up now that his minutes restrictions started level up. So seeing him going up against some real paint presence in the Pelicans is going to be interesting. I'm just going to watch that game. And the Warriors going up against the Grizzlies. Grizzlies, I forgot to mention this. They actually are on a cold streak right now. I think in the first half, last 5 games, they covered the last 5 first half. So that may be something to look into, especially being that they at the house tomorrow. So if they cover the first half tonight, I'm probably going to be doing that. I'm probably going to be looking at today. So I'm very interested in that first half now that I think about it with Memphis today, because I'm going to probably try to carry out that into tomorrow. But other than that, that's pretty much it there. Yeah, and I don't want anything to do with I don't want nothing to do with the Timberwolves. And Cam Whitmore is starting to get a little bit more cooking with the Rockets. So I think his points been at 11.5 to 13.5, something around that range. He's been getting a little bit more love from Udoka. So seeing him against this team in the Raptors, I think that's a good matchup for Cam Whitmore for the Rockets, the rookie there. So might be looking at his props too.
Dutchy.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Chris Mack, man. Shout out to Chris Mack. 300 watching, 75 likes. That's this motherfucking respectful, goddamn it. On a Thursday, not only did we give you goddamn the day shift card, now we're talking about motherfucking Fresh Friday card. Run up them likes, man. Run up them motherfucking likes. Shout out to Sour Diesel in the chat. Shout out to our guy BJ in the chat. Good call on them heat yesterday, my dude. We got bacon in the chat. No pork on the fork, but we got bacon in the motherfucking chat saying Oklahoma City.
Who needs ham when you got bacon?
My man.
There you go.
So let's talk about it though. Fuck it. Let's talk about it, man. We vibing. We can talk about it a little bit. Now, I do want to bet Phoenix, but I'm not gonna lie to you. It looks square as a motherfucker. But hey, I could get to the window and talking that shit. I think Toronto now. Toronto's getting quickly back. The Poto boys getting healthy. They're practicing. Man, they might be an ugly one, but getting 5.5 if they get quickly in. I think missing that boy down low, Polo has really hurt him. So I think him back in the lineup will free up Scotty a little bit. We'll see. But I definitely like the Warriors. I know Bobano said he don't like, but I'm thinking, man, they don't like Memphis. They really don't like Memphis. I don't think they matter who's on the court. They just don't like Memphis. They want to punk them. They want to shut that crowd up. We know Clay done had it talking that shit. He went through practice today. He'll play tomorrow. I don't know if that's a good or bad thing, but one thing I do know is good is Kuminga. Shout out our boy WAM talking that shit. Kuminga, nice, man. So I think we're gonna see the Warriors start playing a little bit better basketball. And also I do believe, I mean, there's levels to this shit. And I think we'll get a good effort from the Grizzlies tonight. And then tomorrow they probably get smacked the fuck down by a Warriors team that just really just don't like them. So I expect Steph and them boys to handle business. And then there's one other one that did stand out to me. I think Denver. I know y'all talked that shit about Portland. And it's Rip City last night. That was a huge win for him. Our guy DK in the chat said 7 game in 11 nights against Oklahoma City team who rested their big horse. A Denver team who rested their big horse against OKC last night. Took the L. I would look for Denver to win, to really smack Portland. Obviously, it'll be a big number, but I believe there'll be value on the Nuggets tomorrow night.
All right, good stuff. We got that Friday card out of the way, and it's about that time. We've been on here for close to an hour, just under an hour. Best bets, and per usual, I do go to my guy Wham Bam first. So Wham, let the people know how they can make some money today.
Hey, man, if you mad about me saying this play all the time, hey, man, he said the same plays. He do the same one. He do look for the same one. Fork on my fork. I don't give a damn, and I don't want ham. Listen, I'm gonna take the boy Caillou, man. We're gonna go ball head, the other ball head, man. We're gonna be watching him on the sideline put his hands in his pocket because this boy gonna be knocking down his open jumpers because they will be wide open. I don't know what's wrong with this defensive coach here or nothing, but Lakers gonna give it up. If you like the over, I definitely think that's a good play. But the best bet for me is gonna be Caillou, Derek White, over 15.5 points, man. It's only right.
Back to the well. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And I could definitely understand that. So slide over to here to Babano. I think I know where your best bet is coming from. Have a feeling you're expecting a lot of points. Let the people know how to get paid.
Exactly. I mean, it's the same theme as WAM. I mean, we've been using this as a best bet repeatedly, and it's cashed pretty much each time. And we're going to go back to it here, even with the betting markets betting it under. I don't get it. Okay, LeBron and AD are out. I get that, but defense will be worse. Pace will be faster. Boston's going to score at will. And don't put it past the Lakers against a Boston team that thought initially they're going to play a full-strength Laker team, that maybe their defensive intensity isn't there for the full 48 minutes. Bottom line, it's too low. The series history has trended over as well with these two teams head-to-head. So Lakers, Celtics, TNT, watch and win over 238.5. Best bet.
Watch and win, says Babano, and I agree with that best bet. For my best bet today, I will go to 505, 506. I roll with 506, man. +8, best number you can get right now. I like those Memphis Grizzlies to grit and grind their way to another cover. They've covered 5 in a row. I don't think Cleveland gives a damn about this game. Grizzlies at the house with the rest advantage. Get the job done for me.
Memphis
Pass
team.
it on. Yeah, pass it on over to my guy Dutch. Let the people know. And you know, I'm mad at myself for this. Oh, okay, I remember now. It just, I had a little bit of extra smoke today. Let the people know what's the freshest look on the board and help take us home, Dutch.
Yeah, man. The freshman's like, well, shit, we're going to Utah, man. Salt Lake City. And there ain't shit to do there but motherfucking play basketball and win motherfucking money. And that's exactly what we'll do tonight. -4.5. It's good money. Take note, motherfuckers. Take note. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share the motherfucking video. See to all the real ones holding us down. BJ Bacon, Chris Mack, all y'all in the chat. We appreciate you. Nets Bets. I see you, my dude. Y'all stay fresh, stay blessed, and let's stay putting these motherfucking bookies to rest. Yeah.
Weed every day.